Hey guys, so I'm going to try to film this again. I did it earlier today, but my allergies have really kicked in, and so I was just like sneezing and sniffling the entire thing. And there's a lot of books that I have to get through, so hopefully it works. Yesterday was Independent Bookstore Day. I'm so excited. Unfortunately, it was also Dewey's 24-hour readathon, so I picked Indie Bookstore Day again because there's another Dewey's and there's only one Indie Bookstore Day. And in Seattle, they do this like 19 bookstore like bookstore crawl challenge where if you go to all 19 bookstores, there's like 23, but there's some that they have like multiple locations. So obviously, you only have to go to one of the locations and get your passport stamped. You get a little card that gives you 25% off at all the different stores. I'm really excited to see how many people completed the challenge. Last year, I think it was just like over 300. I feel like it's definitely at least double that because there were huge lines, like especially there's only a few that open early in the morning and lines were insane. So I'm hoping that it was at least like double that. But it was really exciting. Jake and I drove up yesterday morning. We left at about 4 o'clock in the morning and we just kind of went for it. Got back at 2 o'clock in the morning. So we were gone for 22 hours. I don't know how Jake did it. He is really impressive. I tried so hard, but I was still really exhausted from my trip to California. So I fell asleep on the car ride on the way home, and I feel bad because I wanted to like be awake for him, but that's okay. He got us home safe. So I've got a ton of books to share with you. I don't remember like where I got each book per se, but I am going to link below the Indie Bookstore Day website. And I'm just going to encourage you to check out indie bookstores in your area because me putting down Seattle bookstores below isn't going to help you unless you're visiting Seattle. So if you visit Seattle, I've got tons of recommendations for you. But in general, I just would recommend that you check out some indie bookstores near you because shopping local is very important. So the first thing I feel like I don't have anything else to say about that, but I might remember something. Hopefully not. I've got two kids' books that I'm going to start with. The first one is Life Doesn't Frighten Me, and this is actually a poem by Maya Angelou, and it's with paintings by Jean-Michel Basquiat. And this I read in the bookstore and then purchased. It is basically just a poem by Maya Angelou with paintings in it, and it's the 25th anniversary edition of this. I was reading because Jake really likes Jean-Michel's artwork, and I'm just doing it with a French accent because he's Haitian and Cuban or Puerto Rican or Puerto Rican. He's Haitian and Puerto Rican, or was. And it's just so sad. He died when he was 27 years old, which is insane. Yeah, I don't know if I would recommend, this was in the kids section. I don't know if I would recommend this per se for kids. I feel like the artwork would have scared me probably. I really enjoy it right now, but as a child, I don't know. It's pretty intense. It's really good. Definitely would recommend picking this up. And then I just read this one today, and this is The Dangerous Journey by Tove Jansson, and this one is translated by Sophie Hannah. It's a tale of Moomin Valley. So this is the artist, comic book writer who does the Moomin series. I was debating between getting this and like a Moomin comic, but I went for this instead because it looks really pleasant. The artwork is really nice. It's a cute story. It's not like breathtaking or anything, like nothing life-changing per se, but it was really cute and the artwork is really, really lovely. So pretty adorable. All right, so I'm gonna do the like free books that I got yesterday too. This was one of the like specials for Bookstore Day yesterday. It's especially printed for Independent Bookstore Day at 2018. It's one of the very short introductions, and it's a very short introduction to feminism by Margaret Walters. Yeah, I'm excited. Hopefully this has like a lot of info on where to get or find good books on feminism because I haven't really read a ton, so that would be nice. And then I got this ARC. I wrote this book because I Love You by Tim Creeder. This, I believe, is short stories, and this was amazingly on my list of things that I like want in life. So it was really exciting to see this. This came out already. This came out in February. I forgot what I was going to say there. Cool. All right. Next, I have Armand V by Dag Solstad. There's only one A. And this is translated by Stephen T. Murray. I have no idea what this is about. It was free, and it looks interesting, and it was translated. So, and then I also got this one, Baby Teeth, This one was one of the ones that sometimes they do like wrapped ones and sometimes you can pick, and this one was a wrapped one. So hoping it's okay. It looks like it's some kind of like weird thriller thing. There's a broken, yeah, a deliciously terrifying tale of the perfect family. So I don't know if it's gonna be my thing per se, but I will find out eventually. Next at Fantagraphics, I did purchase this. This is Safe Area Gorazd, the War in Eastern Bosnia, 1992 to 1995 by Joe Sacco. Fantagraphics is like a really interesting publisher. I feel like it's a bookstore, but they publish graphic novels. So this is kind of style of the artwork. But I feel like Joe Sacco is really focused on like political issues and like social kind of things. So like I got Palestine last year, which I haven't read yet, but that's okay. I'm gonna read it by the end of the year, and hopefully this one too. This looks interesting, and I have no idea about the war in Eastern Bosnia, so I'm excited to learn about it. Then I got this remaindered copy of By the Book, and I'm so happy that I finally have this. This is, you know, the classic. It's just like a compilation of different By the Book interviews of different authors. Let me see if I can find one. Anne Lamott. I have no idea who that is. Sounds weird outside. Jared Diamond, I also don't know who that is. Great that I opened to those two people, but either way, I'm excited about this. And then at Food Larder, I did purchase the Food Lovers Cleanse, and I guess this is like a Bon Appetit from them, but this is by Sarah Dickerman, and it has different recipes, but it also, the part that like really intrigued me was that it has different like food plans. I should have probably got, because I'm trying to eat more vegetarian and vegan foods. I should have gotten a vegetarian or vegan cookbook, but that's okay. I'm not like transitioned to that yet, so I still eat meat. But eventually I would like to, so that's okay. So this has like a 14-day kind of like cleanse, but it's not, you know, like lame or not lame, but you know, it's not like one of those fad diets. It's actual food. So I want to do that specifically, but I'm kind of messy right now and I need to like get organized, and then I will do that. All right, next I have some nonfiction. First one is Come As You Are by Emily Nagoski, and this is the surprising new science that will transform your sex life. I have seen a few people talk about this, and I am interested to read it. Next one is The Best American Travel Writing, by edited by Lauren Collins. This is 2017. I have not been disappointed yet by the Best American series. I think there's other countries that do like best series. I think Canada, maybe. I don't remember, but any kind of anthology compilation of multiple people's works, I'm usually very pleased. And I got this at the Traveler Bookshop, which is on Bainbridge Island. And next I have Cannibalism by Belle Shutt. I was trying really hard to buy translated books, so most of the fiction that I got is translated. But this was kind of like a backup in case I couldn't find any translated books that I wanted, because usually when you go into a bookstore and you're looking for translated works, it's The House of the Spirits by Isabel Allende, which I have already, Gabriel Garcia Marquez, which I already have, like, the big ones, and those are the ones that they have, and Haruki Murakami, and I have most of his books, and I hate the current U.S. edition. So it's kind of actually hard to find translated works that I want in bookstores, so I had this as, like, a backup, because it's pretty new in paperback, and I am very interested to read this. I'm 100% picking this up during Nonfiction November this year. Next, I have poetry collection. This is the poetry of Pablo Neruda. I'm not going to tell you who the translators are because, let me see if I can find the list. There's this huge list in the front of translators. So just know that this is translated. I have never read Pablo Neruda, and I've heard really good things. And I feel like it's going to take me like a really, really, really long time to read this. So maybe next year it will just be like, or maybe, why do I have to start at the beginning of the year? I can start whenever I want. But it's going to take me a long time. Then the next, I think this is the only non-translated fiction that I got, which is Tipping the Velvet by Sarah Waters. I really enjoyed The Little Stranger. Yes, The Little Stranger. I really enjoyed The Little Stranger, and I anytime I see her books in these editions in the U.S. in a bookstore, I have to buy it because I love these editions, and the U.S. covers are freaking horrible. All right, so next is, my fiction. I will say, so this is another one that's pretty easy to come by in a bookstore. I feel like these are pretty popular books. So I bought this assuming that it was translated. It's called A Man Called Ove, which I feel like most people have heard of this, by Frederick Bachman. So it's like, okay, it's translated. So I'm like here looking around. Okay, where's a translator? I don't see any translator. Don't see any translator. Usually they've got something here. Still no translator. And then, oh, the book starts. So I was like, maybe it's not translated and I'm losing my mind. Then I put it on Goodreads and there is a translator. And if you go over here, very tiny, it says Translation Copyright 2014 by Henning Koch. Or Koch, whatever, Kokoch, I think. Which really, really annoys me. Like, why would you not put the translator's name in a way that is mildly easy? If I were a person that doesn't use Goodreads in the general public, I would have no idea that this is translated, and that really, really annoys me. So anyways, yeah, but I still want to read the book. I got 2 used Colette books. This one is Break of Day, and then I also got the other one, which is funny. This one's translated by Enid McLeod. Very nice and prominent and big on the back there. And this one is translated by Elizabeth Tate and Roger Senhouse. I still haven't read Colette, but I've got like 6 of her books now, so maybe one of these days I'll actually do that. Next, I got My Struggle, Book 1 by Karl Ove Knausgaard. This is also quite easy to come by in the States, like in just a typical bookstore. I will say, since most of these bookstores are independent and kind of small, I understand why they don't, because, you know, it's kind of a risk because they're purchasing books to then sell to people. So if they don't sell them, then that really sucks. So I will say Third Place Books and Elliott Bay, they have a really, really good selection, and they do sell used books in addition. So I think that kind of helps a little bit. Usually bookstores that sell used books have there's like a little bit higher of a profit margin because they don't have to spend as much money on the book before they can sell it to people, if that makes any sense. But anyways, yeah, so I do want to read this. I've heard it's like very, not self-congratulatory, but like he, you know, likes to hear himself talk. I have no opinion because I haven't read it yet, but that's kind of what I've heard. Anyways, and this one is translated by Don Bartlett, and I picked this one up at Eagle Harbor Book Company, I guess, since that bookmark is in there. Next, I have Normal People by Shen Zhang. I have never heard of this, but yeah, it says the top stories by contemporary writers from Shanghai. So again, I kind of thought that this was going to be like a short story collection. I think it's just a book, but that maybe this series, there's like a series on contemporary writers from Shanghai. I'm going to assume it's Better Link Press, which I've never heard of, but if I enjoy this, then I will investigate more. Next is The World Goes On by Laszlo, Krasznahorkai. I was gonna look up the pronunciation of that. I promise I was. Next time I talk about him, hopefully. And this is translated from Hungarian by John Batke, Ottilie Mulzet, and George Sirtes. So yes, this was shortlisted for the Man Booker International Prize, so definitely am going to read that soon, hopefully. Next is an NYRB classic. This is also like a pretty good go-to. Oh, I will say Finney Books. Finney Books has a really good selection of NYRB classics, and they had something else that I haven't shown you yet. But yeah, they have like a whole bookshelf of just NYRB classics, which I really appreciate because then, you know, I want them. I want them all. So this is Zama by Antonio Di Benedetto. Oh, look, a translator right there. Esther Allen. So I don't really know what this is about. I thought, yeah, no, I don't know. Next is an Irene Nemirovsky book. I did just finish Sweet Friend Says, and it blew my freaking mind. So I want all of her books, and this is Fire in the Blood. I have no idea what this is about. I don't care, though, because she's an autobiographer for me now. Next, Michael's going to be very pleased. Just kidding, he's not. This is a selected stories of Anton Chekhov, and it's translated by Richard Pevere and Larissa Volokonsky, which Michael hates them so much. He hates these translators. But, you know, sometimes you got to do what you got to do. I got this at Island Books, and Island Books is also really, really cute. There's so many good bookstores in Seattle, guys. If you're a book lover, you need to visit that city. Next, I have a Europa, and this is Negar Javadi. and this is Disoriental. I started to read kind of the first, I usually if it's like something I've never heard of, like some of these other ones that I have mentioned, I read like the first paragraph to see if I get on with the writing or not, and I thought the writing was pretty good, and then I was reading it a little bit, even though I don't like to know what the books are about, and it says that Kimia Sadr fled Iran with her mother and sisters at the age of 10 to join her father in her 20s. She's a fortunate, let's see, it's a high-spirited, multi-generational tale. Key moments of Iranian history punctuate the story about motherhood, family, exile, rebellion, and love. And that little like bit there kind of sold me on it. This is translated from French by Tina Cover. I only have a couple more. Then I have Moshi Moshi by Banana Yoshimoto. I have been wanting to pick up one of Banana Yoshimoto's books, so I was very pleased when I saw this. Let's see, this is translated by Asa Yoneda. I have no idea what it's about, but I know that this is an author that I want to read. Next, I have an author that I have read, Sejan. I read The Blue Fox, and I really enjoyed that. I thought the writing was very, like, atmospheric and magical, kind of, which I liked. So this is Moonstone, The Boy Who Never Was. And then next, this is the one that Finney Books had. They had some Cesar Aira. I don't know how to pronounce that still. This is The Linden Tree. And yeah, I think he's Argentinian, but he's got like tons of novellas. This is translated by Chris Andrews. And last, I got At the Never Ending Bookstore. I think that's what it's called. The Angel's Game by Carlos Ruiz Zafón. I'm so happy. This was like my best find of the day. I have been wanting to continue with the series. A lot of the covers for this particular book are like, I don't like there's like a blue cover edition of this that I didn't like, and when I saw this I was like, oh my god, are you kidding me? Ah! So and it was used, so it was just like perfect. And this one is translated by Lucia Graves, I don't know. And yeah, I'm really excited. If you haven't read The Shadow of the Wind, people, like, get on it. So yeah, that was my massive haul from Indie Bookstore Day, and don't judge me. I am going to be going to library book sale next month, I think like in a week, so I'm going to get even more, but we can talk about that later. Let me know if you've read any of these books. Let me know how you celebrated Indie Bookstore Day, and if you did Dewey's, let me know how you did. I am really behind on videos, so I haven't been able to like see everyone's, things. Hopefully I will catch up very soon by the end of the week. I'm just like, there's too much stuff going on. But yeah, I hope everyone had a great Independent Bookstore Day or Dewey's 24-hour readathon, however you chose to spend it. I'm sure was delightful. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye-bye.